Guys, it's Miss Lewandowski here. I'm going to be teaching you how to find the area of different shapes and how to solve those composite shapes that you saw in Khan Academy today that looked really confusing. Well, first we need to know the area of all different shapes. So maybe get out a notebook, a pen, something to write down these formulas. Now, you're probably thinking, I know area. I remember when we danced a lot and we said that length times width equals area. Same thing. This time they said base times height. So as you can see here, length times width, we know would equal area. Base times height equals area. If you want to pause this video right now and take a moment to dance, you can. Otherwise, let's get our notebook out, take some notes. First one that we are going to be talking about is a square. Again, the formula is base times height. Here's a square, base of 3, height of 4. 3 times 4 is 12. The next one is a rectangle. Now, a rectangle is the same exact formula, base times height. So over here, we have a base of 8, height of 2. Okay, so I did base times height equals area, plugged in the numbers, 8 times 2 is 10. Oh, what was that? Oh, somebody just noticed my mistake. Yeah, 8 times 2 is not 10. It's definitely 16. So good job catching that, guys. Next one is a triangle. Now, triangle's formula is a little bit different because a triangle is half of a square. So we do base times height, and then we divide it by 2, or multiply it by 1/2, which is the same thing. As you can see, this formula here, half, parentheses, b times h equals a. We start plugging in the numbers. The base is 6, height is 4. 6 times 4 was in parentheses, so we're going to solve that first with the order of operations. And then we get 24. And then if we find, well, what is half of 24, you would get 12. So the area of this triangle is 12. Cool. Next one is a parallelogram. Same exact formula, base times height. So if you look at this one I drew, has a base of 5, height of 4. 5 times 4 is 20. So there we have those. Now the next one, it's a trap. Oh, it's a trapezoid. So this one, it looks really confusing, but the formula, it makes sense. So if you look at B1 plus B2, that's pretty much saying, well, what are the bases? You add them first. So if you look at my picture right here, how do you know what the bases are? Well, it's the two lines that are parallel, and usually they'll have these little arrows to show you which two lines are parallel to each other. So you add those two numbers. So in this instance, I had 7 and 3. The height is this little dotted line that touches the base to the top, which was 5. And then I have to divide that all by 2. So I plug it into the formula. Order of operations says to do parentheses first. 7 plus 3 is 10. And then I have to multiply that by 5. 10 times 5 is 50. And then divided by 2, well, 50 divided by 2 is 25. So here was all of that math just to solve for a trapezoid. But if you take the numbers and plug it into the formula, it's not that bad. Okay, so now you're probably like, okay, cool. Now how do I solve this crazy problem? Well, first thing you have to do is figure out, well, what are all of the different shapes that make this shape up? Because a composite shape is a shape made of 2 or more common shapes. So this first one, what shapes do you notice? I see a triangle here, a square here, a triangle here, and then say I took that all away, what's left? Another triangle. So I have 3 triangles and a square. So I have to use all those formulas to find the area of each single shape and then add them up. So here is this work that I did to complete this. I first found what the base and height of triangle 1 was. So here was triangle 1, had a base of 2 and a height of 2. So I plugged it into the formula, because the formula for a triangle is half b times h. The base and height were both 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Half of 4 is 2. So the area of triangle 1 is 2. The next one is a square. If you now just look at just this all by itself, it's a square that has sides that are both 2. So to solve for a square is base times height. 2 times 2 is 4. The area of that square is 4. Next shape we're going to look at is the second triangle, which had a base of 6 and a height of 2. So over here, 1/2 b times h. The base was 6, height was 2. 6 times 2 is 12, half of 12 is 6. So now I found the area of 3 of the shapes. Now if I just erased all of that, what am I left with? This big triangle, I know the height is 4, but what is the base? You don't know it. But if you look at this line plus this line plus this line, that would be 2 plus 2 plus 6. 2 right here, 2 down here, 6 right here. That means the base must be 10. So now I plug it back into that formula. The base was 10, height was 4. Half of 10 times 4 is 40. Half of 40 is 20. So now that I've found the area of all 4 of those shapes, I then take all of those numbers and add them up. 20 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6. That means the area of this crazy shape was 32. Crazy times. Good luck.